Ranked matchup here at 149 pounds, Shawn Hayes and Eleazer DeLuca for Rutgers.
Okay, here we go.
Hayes 18-1. Suffered that tough injury last year. He's a redshirt sophomore, Kansas City, Missouri, Park Hills High School, where he was a three-time state champion, three-time All-American in Fargo. Real high wrestling IQ, monster on top, and can really open things up with that 4-point near fall.
Yeah, that's again, we've talked about that before, and
Come on.
you know,
Gotta stay out of the face.
Thursday of the national tournament.
Gotta stay out of the face.
You know, for these two schools, it's going to be bonus point day. You know, they've got a lot of guys that can. You mentioned earlier, Shane, where Ohio State has 7 guys that are ranked, or 10 guys ranked in the top 7. But you know, how many bonus points are they going to get? And that's got to be a conscious effort here with the program. And I know Tom Ryan's talking about it, but this is the type of guy that can go ahead and roll up a lot of points short period of time. Nice little shot right there, allowing his chest to get a little bit further away, but he's going to try to lift. And
action.
DeLuca does a pretty good job of just hanging in there, keeping a little bit of weight on himself, and then keeping his balance and going off.
And Hayes is interesting. Jim alluded to it during the match at 141. He was going to wrestle 141. That was his plan. So what they did was mid-October switch things up more to a strength plan rather than cardio.
Yeah, that's some of the work here, but DeLuca's got an advantage position if he can keep his left wrist free. He can free that wrist up. You can see how that grip of Hayes is coming to play. Now can try to work him back a little bit, chest the neck strength. Oh, comes back and flops him back over.
No control.
Again, trying to come out the back door, but he's lost his grip on that leg. Going to try to create the hip separation, try to scoop with that right knee pad, scoop the bottom leg.
And then clear his head.
Yeah,
able to put him on his hip.
He's got the scoop part of it. Now he's got to clear his wrist out, clear his head out now. He's able to go ahead and do that. All right, now if he can pop his shoulder out.
Hesitated, stalemate.
Yeah, the referee bailed himself out with calling the stalemate. You see that sometimes, but I don't know if he was really going much further because he had his left shoulder buried. But good work there. Again, that's a little time hog.
DeLuca 6-4 this season out of Oregon.
Wow, yeah.
High crotch there from Hayes, but defended. DeLuca able to square up.
Out of that.
Now he's got a front headlock.
Yeah, DeLuca's battling in here.
.35 seconds. We're scoreless in the first. Hayes and DeLuca here at 149.
You say, well, why is Hayes not scoring on those shots? I think he's just one little step away from changing directions. He's attacking to the back leg of DeLuca, one without the knee pad. That's got all of his focus. Now he's got a little front head position. Yeah, DeLuca coming up with the correct leg that keeps the whip over out of play. Now look for Hayes. I'm just going to stay here with short time. Good period by DeLuca. You're doing a good job battling.
Top, bottom, neutral to first. Green
Joyce goes to Ohio State.
Red takes defense.
And DeLuca going to go on bottom.
Wait for me.
It'll be critical. Jim, of course, goes without saying that he has got to get out quick.
Yeah, he's got to keep his wrist clean. You know, so that claw up right up there moves him out, and you see how when the elbows come out and the wrists come in, you can say that's really easy for Shawn Hayes with his strong grip to be able to go ahead and collect those up, and then, you know, it puts a little pressure on him now, and you can kind of, you'd see those elbows out like that. If you were to go ahead and do a bench press right now, you wouldn't consider doing the technique. Look at that nice finish there with the double. And why that's so important there with that finish is that if he gets back in that position again, even though it was a mat return, we might see the same technique, right, with takedown.
Good start.
Right? That's what he has to do, step up and go through. But getting back to the bottom position, you wouldn't do a bench press with your elbows out and your wrist in, right? You'd have your elbows in and your wrist out to be able to press. You're much stronger in that position. And a lot of college wrestlers making the transition, they just find themselves, you know, way extended. Those elbows come out.
Slides the boots in.
Yeah, it's just tough.
Has the wrist trying to extend DeLuca underneath.
See how easy it was to put both legs in. Now again, it's the top man's responsibility to bring him back to the mat.
Warning green!
The referee warned the top man.
Improve!
Even though the legs were in first, that's a new rule change this year. Try to stay in bounds, limp that arm out.
Nope.
Riding time over a minute, just 50 seconds here in the second period.
And you'd have to say that DeLuca's done a pretty good job of
Bottom man set, top man cover
taking away the strength that Hayes has in the top position. Little cross wrist.
Gets those wrists once again.
And then
good pressure forward.
When the wrists are out like that, it's just easy for the leg to come in. Hayes is going to drop back and attack the hips.
That's 2. That's 3.
Goes back to that claw.
Comes right back.
Slides a left leg in. Similar situation here once again. As DeLuca works up to his feet. And now threatening for some back points with a tilt.
It's able
1, 2, 3.
I don't know. It's tough, difficult for me to see whether that was 45 degrees or not.
It was close.
Holding 4.
4 near fall will be scored. We'll get another look.
Take a look. Again, these shoulders have, the plane of the shoulders have to be at 45, but what Hayes does a great job of loading him up onto his hips, and watch his left shoelaces there. He's going to go ahead and load him up right there. And that's when he starts to get the count. But I just don't know if that's 45 degrees, folks.
It's close. Scores him short time. Recipe for success. Put those on the board in the final 15 seconds, and just like that, it's 4-0. Now an escape, make it 5. DeLuca's an interesting case, a journeyman. After high school, 8 months at the OTC, then another 5 in Florida at an RTC. Went the JUCO route, wrestled at Clackamas Community College in Oregon, then went to Northern Colorado.
Well, I like what he's doing right now. He's thinking big move, right? He's got that over and under right there, and he's set up right there for the head, or the whip over. He's
side drop, big throw, and DeLuca's got Hayes on his back. Center of the mat. Rutgers looking for 6er at 149.
He's just got to settle back in here, and I don't know if he can pin him. He's going to tire him out in this situation. You see it coming. He was looking for something big with those over and unders, but now he's got the head and arm, and he's got to keep his left shoulder in front of that bicep, all right? Keep that left shoulder in front of that bicep.
This place is going crazy. They want to hear the slap of the mat, and Hayes able to work off his back.
And he's got riding time.
Neutral.
A textbook throw from DeLuca.
Yeah, source 6'6".
Riding time in favor
of Hayes.
Just 20 seconds.
Yeah, he just wanted to settle back in that position to be able to eliminate riding time, but now he's still back in that position.
Does a good job there, does Hayes, to circle back.
And Hayes has been warned for stalling. If he just goes straight out, he gets him again!
Throw!
Oh my gosh! This place is up for grabs!
Rutgers going crazy!
Oh, show the rack!
Oh, wow! 2 big throws. This place going crazy.
Why not?
12-6. Are you kidding me?
Just great work there by DeLuca. You know what? Looking for the big move. This environment here is just up for grabs. How about that? The big upset. Just a program building win.